Prime Field.
In the world of women's college basketball, dynasties are built on dominance. One program, South Carolina, fields a roster with 10 McDonald's All-Americans. They hold a 17-game winning streak over their rival, LSU, a run of unchallenged supremacy in the SEC. This is the new standard. But this rise to power has created a fundamental conflict, a battle not just for championships, but for the very identity of the next generation of athletes. It's a rivalry that pits a storied, historical powerhouse against a modern cultural movement. On one side stands Geno Auriemma and the University of Connecticut, a program built on a blueprint of technical perfection. On the other, Dawn Staley and the University of South Carolina, a program defined by empowerment and unapologetic excellence. The question is no longer just about where the best players will go. It's about what they are choosing to represent and how that choice is reshaping the landscape of the sport. For decades, the road to professional greatness in women's basketball ran through Storrs, Connecticut. Geno Auriemma's UConn Huskies were the benchmark. The program was an assembly line of talent, producing WNBA staples like Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, and Breanna Stewart. The UConn blueprint was clear and demanding. It was a system-oriented philosophy, built on a foundation of technical precision and unwavering discipline. Players were molded to fit a system that demanded perfection, a system that produced legends and an unparalleled legacy of winning. To choose UConn was to enter a historical canon of basketball royalty. But in recent years, another power has emerged from the South. Under Dawn Staley, the South Carolina Gamecocks have become more than a basketball team. They have become a cultural force. The program emphasizes empowerment, encourages social advocacy, and serves as a beacon of black excellence. Staley's vision offers a different path, one where a player's identity and voice are as crucial as their skill on the court. It's a program built not just to win games, but to build a movement. These two philosophies, legacy versus movement, now stand in direct opposition, competing for the same elite talent. The tension between these two worlds is personified in the recruitment of one athlete, Olivia Vukosa. A 6'5" Croatian forward from the class of 2026, Vucosa is ranked the number 5 prospect in the nation. On the highly competitive Nike EYBL circuit, she averages over 15 points and 8 rebounds per game, shooting nearly 56% from the field. She is by every metric an elite talent, and she finds herself at a crossroads. Vucosa has narrowed her list of potential schools to a final 7. On that list are both UConn and South Carolina. Her recruitment is no longer just a contest of basketball strategy. It is a navigation of contrasting program identities. The decision she will eventually make is not just about choosing a team, but about signaling the kind of athlete and the kind of person she aspires to become. In the modern women's game, a star guard can win you a championship, but a dominant post player is the cornerstone of a dynasty. The reasons are architectural. A generational post player controls the paint on both ends of the floor. They command double teams, creating open shots for perimeter players. They are the anchor of the defense, altering shots and dominating the boards. An entire championship blueprint can be built around their presence. This makes a player with Vucosa's potential more than just an asset. She's a strategic necessity for any program with multi-year championship aspirations. Landing her is not just adding a star, it's laying a foundation for an era of dominance. Both UConn and South Carolina understand this, and both have a critical need. For years, UConn's system was fueled by elite post play, but since the departure of dominant interior forces like Nafisa Collier, a gap has emerged in their production line. The Huskies have, at times, become a more perimeter-centric team, a strategic pivot born of necessity. This reliance on guard play, while successful, represents a deviation from the formula that built the dynasty. The pursuit of Olivia Vukosa is therefore not just about acquiring talent. It's about reclaiming a core piece of their identity. It's an attempt to fill a strategic void that has left them vulnerable. For Geno Auriemma, securing a foundational post player is the key to ensuring his program's blueprint remains the standard for championship basketball. The crisis is quiet, but it is critical. While UConn seeks to fill a void, South Carolina seeks to maintain a tradition. Dawn Staley's program was built on the backs of legendary post players. The search for the next A'ja Wilson or the next Aaliyah Boston is the program's single most important long-term objective. It is the engine of their success. For the Gamecocks, securing a commitment from a player like Vucosa would represent more than a recruiting victory. It would continue an unbroken chain of elite post dominance that has defined their rise to power. She's the potential heir apparent to a throne occupied by some of the decade's most decorated athletes. Landing her would signal that the South Carolina dynasty is not just stable, it is self-sustaining. The differing philosophies of these programs are evident in the very way they recruit. The battle for a prospect like Vucosa is fought in conversations, text messages, and campus visits. Some programs, like Kim Mulkey's LSU, employ an aggressive basketball-centric pursuit, marked by frequent and intense contact. The focus is the game. Dawn Staley's approach at South Carolina is different. The conversations are reported to be more personal, shorter, but focused on connection beyond the court. The pitch is about lifestyle, about culture, about a support system. This extends to the modern era of name, image, and likeness, or NIL. The opportunities presented reflect the program's brand. A legacy institution like UConn can attract traditional established endorsements. An empowerment-focused brand like South Carolina appeals to modern, socially conscious partnerships. For a recruit, the pitch is a window into the world they would be entering. A world centered strictly on basketball, or one where basketball is part of a larger cultural identity. The stakes of this decision extend far beyond one player's commitment. The coach who lands Olivia Vukosa doesn't just get a cornerstone, they create a gravitational pull. Elite recruits want to play with other elite recruits. A generational post player is a magnet for top-tier guards and wings who want to be part of a championship core. Securing Vucosa would likely trigger a domino effect, helping to lock in an entire top-ranked recruiting class around her. This is the ripple effect that both Auriemma and Staley are banking on. It's how a single recruitment can secure the future, locking in the talent needed to compete for titles for the next 4 to 5 years. It's the checkmate move in this long-term chess match. The recruiting process for Olivia Vukosa remains open. Her official visits are scheduled for the fall of 2025, a period that will be a critical decision point. Interestingly, predictive analytics suggest a third option. As it stands, Ohio State holds the highest probability of landing Vucosa, with a 54.7% chance. UConn follows at just over 4%. But the numbers don't tell the whole story. The cultural and basketball rivalries shaping her decision, the core philosophical conflict in the sport, is represented by the two titans, UConn and South Carolina. The choice that looms for Vucosa and for other top recruits forces them to weigh what matters most, the deep-rooted legacy of a historic powerhouse, or the vibrant modern energy of a cultural movement. Her decision will be a statement, one that will ripple across the entire sport. The rivalry between Gino Auriemma and Dawn Staley transcends the court. It is a competition for the future. The choices made by this generation of athletes will determine the competitive balance of women's college basketball for years to come. But more than that, this dynamic symbolizes a profound evolution in women's athletics. A world where cultural identity, personal empowerment, and social advocacy have become as critical as athletic achievement. The paths these programs represent are divergent. One offers a chance to join a historical canon of basketball excellence. The other offers an opportunity to become part of a contemporary movement. For young athletes standing at this crossroads, the decision is immense. It influences not just their careers, their NIL opportunities, or their chances at a title. It shapes the dominant culture of women's basketball itself. The game is changing, and the choice of a single recruit can signal which direction it will turn next.
Prime Field!